hopefully. Okay, can we hear a nice mouse click? How could you hear a mouse click but not hear my microphone? Okay, well, I'm just going to keep talking and just hope that something comes through, that there's some kind of audio, something, anything. Hello? Okay, now we've got it. Alright. Everything that can go wrong does go wrong in a stream. So it sounds like we've had some audio issues over the period of the start of qualifying here. And nobody's actually been hearing anything I've been saying, so that's awesome. So Jackson Zammit is coming around now for another lap, and we'll see what sort of time Jackson is able to set as he comes around to cross the line. And does he improve? Yes, he does, and puts himself up to P7. So we've got a bunch of drivers who have actually finished their qualifying. So Riley Bilson's up in P1 currently. Jamie Fleming has finished his runs in P5. Tyler Strallo in P10. Christopher Tomlin in P11, and Brendan in P12. Let's have a look and see who else is still out on track, setting lap times that might be able to challenge. So let's have a look at Oscar. Oscar is about to come around, I would imagine, for his final lap time to be set. And it doesn't look like that was an improvement. Alright, so Sam Cullen looks like he's not out on track. So it looks like he's going to be in P4. Let's have a look. Robert Hackwood about to come across the line. And does he improve? Oh no, he's just starting. By looks, just starting his next run. So this will be his flyer. So he still has a chance of setting the fastest time and putting himself on the front row. As we come down, I'm pretty sure that's the Brabham Straight. Trying to remember all the straights into turn 8, which can always be a bit tricky if you don't get that right, as we've seen in the V8 supercars. And coming into second to last turn, turn 13, before we come into the hairpin, and we'll see whether or not Robert is able to set a faster lap time than he has already set. And he did not improve on that lap, unfortunately. So he'll go again. I think he's got 3 more runs that he can take at it. As has Jackson Zammit. Let's have a look, see where Jackson is. Jackson's about to come around the final corner. Is he able to improve? No, that is a much slower lap from Jackson. He's about a second off his fastest time there, so he's got a bit of improvement to do. Let's have a look at Dominic Buddle. This is Dominic's last lap by the looks of things, so he's probably on his last opportunity to try and pull himself a bit further into the top 10. So let's see how he goes. As we go into turn 6, Trying to avoid the tyres there on the outside of the exit of the corner. Come all the way down the Brabham Straight into turn 8. Nicely done through turn 8. Come into turn 9. Tricky little section here as we come into the second to last corner. Into the final hairpin bend, down the pit straight to cross the line, and does he improve? Yes he does, and pushes himself up to P7. So Sam Cullen is back in the pit. Is he going to be putting in a run? Jackson Zamet's in the pit, so it sounds like he's given up. David Uni. Ooh, a little bit wiggly there out of the 1-2. Giving it full beans as he tries to lift himself a little bit higher up. He's got a bunch of drivers who haven't set times as yet. So Craig Fraser, Ben Collier, Leslie Reeves and Luke Fallon, none of those guys have set lap times as yet. Leslie's run a couple of laps by the looks of things, but hasn't actually set any lap times. So as David comes through the hairpin of turn 9, through the tricky section here, as we come up to P13. And into the final hairpin bend, down the main straight. And does he improve? No, he does not. Alright, we're running out of drivers out on track, I think. David's got 2 more laps to run. Doesn't look like anybody else is going to improve. Oh no, David's... Oh dear, oh dear. Yep, just a little bit of an issue there for David. So that's going to ruin his lap there. Oh, David's spun out at turn 9. I think maybe he's given up, has he? Looks a bit that way. But Leslie Reeves has put in a lap. Well, there we go. Let's go and ride on with Leslie. So Leslie's out there on track at the moment. He's just pushed himself up into P8, but just got himself a slowdown, which is probably not going to help him at all improve on this lap. And I think this might be his last lap. It'd be nice if I could get the sector times up on what the drivers are actually doing, but iRacing doesn't give me that information. So we're kind of stuck without it. It'd be nice to be able to see whether or not people are actually improving. So we come into the final corner, and we'll see whether or not Leslie improves. Oh, he's definitely not going to improve by spinning out of the final corner. And I reckon that is pretty much everybody done, other than the 3 guys who have not set times, which is Luke Fallon, Craig Fraser, and Ben Collier. So your top 5: Riley Bilson. Well, it's gone now. Riley Bilson, Oscar Ames, Troy Hollingworth, Sam Cullen, Jamie Fleming, Robert Hackwood in P6, Dominic Buddle in P7, Leslie Reeves in P8, Jackson Zambit in P9, Mark Heppel in P10. And then we got Nate Trewin, Tyler Strello, Christopher Tomlin, Joel Janssens, Brendan Ortner, Brad Hilder, David Uni in P17, Chase McMillan in P18, David Cook in P13, Xavier Zammit in P20, Aston Kolf in P21, Isaac Lannon P22, Josh Goodman 23, Graham Hill in 24, Jamie Crouch in 25, Adam Kolf in 26, and Robert Chandler in 27. Then we've got Alan Maxwell, Riley Oakes, Luke Fallon, Craig Fraser and Ben Collier all the way down to P32. So we are on the grid, ready for a race start. Looking for Barney to try and see where Barney is, to give me an indication of where the flag is. Oh, there he is. Barney's all the way over there on my far left hand side. Ooh, I'm not sure what Riley's doing there. Getting a little bit eager ahead of the safety car pulling away. So as we get ourselves ready for a race start here, everybody's trying to get their tyres warmed up, get their brakes into the window, get everything set up, ready to go. So we're coming down the Brabham Straight. Okay, safety car has pulled away. Riley is going to get us underway. Try and get the best view we can from the race start. As we come around the final corner. As we come to the line.
Green flag, green flag.
We have the green flag now. As they get underway, this could be quite hectic going into turns 1 and 2. See how many cars make it out. Let's have a look. Oh dear, there has been a massive incident back there. Let's go back and have a look and see what's going on. Somebody spun out in the back, and then we've had a bunch of cars spin around. Oh dear, that is an absolute mess. So David Uni in a major state there. We've got, I think that might be Xavier Zammit, Jackson Zammit there with him as well. We just got cars all over the place. Let's have a look. Who else got involved in that? Dear. So then we had a mess up the front there, cars all over the place. iRacing doing some weird things with graphics. Holy dolly. Alright, we'll jump back to the front of the race now. See what's going on. We've got a bunch of cars that have had to go to the pits with meatballs. Positions changing all over the place. Riley Bilson still managed to hold it out in P1. He's getting challenged hard there by Oscar. And you got Robert Hackwood up on the inside trying to get past. And oh, we got some side-to-side action there. Bit of rubbing of doors. I think that was between Sam Cullen and Robert Hackwood there. And then we got a bit of a gap forming towards the back where a lot of that mess was happening early on. So we've got some battling in behind as well, as Riley and Oscar are still battling out the front. Robert Hackwood's flashing his lights, trying to get the attention of the guys in front of him. So we're riding on board with Riley as we come into the final corner. And it looks like Sam Cullen's trying to throw one up the inside of Robert Hackwood there. One's gone wide, one's gone narrow. Let's just drop back to have a look at what's going on here. Sam sort of lost it a little bit there till he's got Leslie on his tail. So a little bit of a battle pack forming here in the sort of upper midfield. Sam's kind of trying to get back to tackle Robert. Jamie's now coming under pressure from Nate Truen. Christopher Tomlin's sitting there looking for an opportunity. Robert Hackwood's now managed to jump up. Jump up into P2, so I'm not sure what happened to Oscar. Oh, Oscar got himself a slowdown. Oscar's got himself a slowdown. That's what's happened there. As Jamie Fleming's had an issue. What's happened there to Jamie Fleming? Oh, he's gotten turned in, what are we, turn 9. I have to go back and have a look at that from a slightly different angle, I think. Maybe from watch on board as he goes into the corner. He's just gotten turned. Looks like somebody on his outside there's just given him a bit, not enough room on the corner entry. Alright, let's have a look. We'll go back to Sam, and Sam is battling hard here with Robert, but he's managed to get ahead of him. And Oscar's coming under pressure from Leslie. Leslie's managed to just hang on to that. Just managed to hang on to it. Lost him a lot of time, but he just managed to hang on to it. And Leslie had a good outing on Tuesday night, managing to finish P1 in the second race. A lot more cars on track tonight, a lot more battling needing to be done, and I guess dropping some spots is going to make it a little bit more work for him. Some battling going on. Oh, 3 wide through turn 9 there. I think somebody's not come out of that very well. I think a couple of them maybe not come out of that very well. One of them being Aston Kulf in the number 30 full send SimSport car. Had a bit of an issue there. Let's have a look. Go back and let's see what happened with that one. So it was looking like a 3 wide activity here going into the corner. Somebody's gone up the inside in the full send car there. That's kind of put both Isaac and Aston into a nasty situation. I think that might have been the other full send car there of Riley Oakes, who managed to I think throw one up the inside that I think he clipped the curb, and I think that's just thrown him wide into the other two, which is just very unfortunate. Alright, let's have a look, see what's going on elsewhere in the pack here. We'll go back and have a look at Leslie is trying to recover. He's up to P8 from P9 where he was when we last checked in. He's right on Nate Truan's tail, trying to work his way back up. Robert Hackwood, what's happened to Robert? Something's happened to Robert there. Alright, let's have a look. What's happened to Robert? Oh, he's just... He's caught the curb. Oh, and then the rear end's gone into the tyre barrier. That's nasty. Is he going to be able to keep running? Is he going to be able to keep running? Looks like he's had to make a pit stop, take a fast repair. All right, Christopher Tomlin and Brad Hilder now. Closest battle that we've got on track at the minute. Battling for P4 as it stands at the moment. Riley Bilson's building a lead out in front, nearly 3 seconds away. Oscar's managed to navigate his way back up to P3. So we've got this battle here for P4. Leslie Reeves has managed to push himself up to P6 now. And he might be on the back of these guys very soon. Oh, coming out of turn 8 there. Catching the wall, very, very easy to do as Joel is not able to, sorry, Christopher's just able to hold off Brad Hilda. Don't know if there's any significant damage to the car after that whack against the wall. Alright, so Brad's dropping off a little bit now. We've got an interesting battle back here. P10, P9 and P8 and P7. All fighting pretty hard here for their positions. Leslie's at the front of this little pack. Well, actually no, Joel's at the front of this little pack with Leslie catching him. But then we've got Nate and Chase and Tyler all in behind there, all trying to catch each other, as Xavier Zamet's had another issue. What's happened to Xavier? Coming through turn 6, I think he's just overcooked it. We might have to go back and have a look at the different angle on that one. Yeah, he's just lost the rear and put it into the wall. That'll probably be another trip to the pits, unfortunately. Alrighty. So coming back to battle for P5, which between Christopher and Brad Hilda. Joel Jansen's is not far behind, and Leslie Reeves is right on his tail as well. As Oscar, oh, something's happened to Oscar. What has happened to Oscar? Oscar appears to be where are we? Oscar appears to have disconnected. Yeah, Oscar has disconnected from the server. It's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But it does give everybody else the opportunity to gain a position. So Brad now up to P3. As he's fighting with Christopher. Joel's there. Leslie's there. Nate's dropped off, so Nate must have had a bit of an issue further back. Just check in, is Oscar back on the track now? Nope, Oscar is still off the track, so that's unfortunate. Okay, so we've got some side-by-side action going into turn 4. Side-by-side 2, side-by-side. We're going to go 3 wide into the next corner. Dear, Leslie's forcing his way through there, making the move. Can't get it done to take 2 positions, but he's still on the inside for the next corner. Oh, defensive driving there from Brad, and that's allowed Joel to get a jump on Leslie. As we come down to turn 8, 2 side by side into turn 8, can often go wrong. Oh, as we see, oh dear, 2, 3 cars in the background. Oh no, what's happened there? What's happened there? Oh dear. Oh, there's a whole bunch of other cars got involved in that. Oh lordy. So it might have been Alan Maxwell first, was it, who started that? No, maybe not. It was Alan wasn't involved in that one. It might have been... Oh, yeah. So Tyler's done the old catch the wall at turn 8, which is then yeah, managed to collect the other two, and then the other two cars coming through were pretty much just bystanders. Not a lot that could be done there, unfortunately, and that's a very messy car. Oh geez, and it gets worse. The longer you watch, the worse it seems to get. Oh dear, oh dear. All right, let's go back to the live action. As oh, I think Joel just managed to clip the wall there. Oh, and so did Brad. He's hit the wall a few times as Brad. So how much damage that car is going to have to it, I'm not sure, but Leslie is right on his tail now, pushing hard. And I can see that Sam Cullen has caught right back up to Riley Bilson, so we'll keep an eye on that one. We might see some activity towards the final laps of this race at the front. So Leslie's dropped off the back a little bit of Brad through the last few corners. Joel's dropped a bit further back again. Isaac Lannon has managed to pull himself up to P11, overtaking his full send teammate Riley Oakes, who's after having that tumble with these two guys and Aston Kulf earlier, has managed to recover reasonably well to P12, so it's not too bad. So Leslie's dropped right off of Brad Hilder now. So I'm not sure what's going on there, whether Leslie's taken some damage that he's managing. And the gap at the front is still 1.9. Let's go and have a ride on board. Let's see Sam Cullen at the moment, see what Sam's doing. Doesn't seem to be really gaining on Riley. Riley seems to be quite quick. He holds the fastest lap time by a bit over 2/100ths of a second. And he's averaging... So Sam's been a couple of tenths quicker over the last 5 laps. But Riley is still quicker over the last 10, so that's obviously why he's leading, but Sam is trying everything he can to get back in touch with Riley to give him a bit of a fight. Elsewhere in the pack, we've not got too much going on as far as battles go. Leslie is gaining back on Brad now for that P4. But all the while, Christopher Tomlin is kind of just hanging on to that P3, you know, almost a 2-second gap out in front of these two. It's been a pretty frenetic race. It was probably not a great surprise, really. Adelaide is one of those circuits that can really cause you some problems if you're not careful. These cars can be tricky to drive. You get the curbs slightly wrong, and next thing you know, you've got a car all over the place. So Leslie's dropped off the back again a little. Maybe he's just struggling in some of the later sectors of the lap. seems to make it back up again as we get through the lap, and then drops it back off again. So whether there's an issue with the car, maybe, not sure. It's just not performing as well. There's definitely some wall touching there, and I think that's definitely going to cost Leslie quite a bit of time. Got another little battle forming back here for P7 between David Cook and Chase McMillan. So David Cook's only 3 months into his sim racing journey, from what I understand, and has already upgraded his steering wheel 3 times. Well, sorry, upgraded twice, and on his third steering wheel, I believe, the steering wheel and wheelbase. So. Not paying homage to the buy once, cry once methodology of sim racing, which is buy the expensive stuff first, and that way you don't have to buy again a little bit later. Small the short-term pocket pain for longer-term gain, I think, is the right way for phrasing that. But you know, you start out, you're not sure, you buy the entry-level product, and then you realise, actually, I really want to do this, and I really want to do this well, and then you go and spend a bit extra money on the slightly better equipment, and then you go, well, no, that wasn't quite right, I need to go a step more. Happens to the best of us. That's the fun part of the sim racing journey. David's right on his tail here, keeping him honest. We do have another little battle forming further back by the looks of things between Jamie Fleming and Nate Truan. Looks like they're going side by side through the final corner. Jamie Fleming looks like he's going to get that position and hang on to it going into turn 1. That was actually the final lap, so he's managed to jag that position right at the end. And it looks like Riley, we missed it. Riley crossed the line in P1. Good race there from Riley. Led it from the start. He kept going, didn't stop. Sam managed to navigate his way through the pack, but wasn't able to catch up to Riley in the end. So it was a pretty frenetic and hectic race, that one. So we might drag David Uni in for a quick chat, just to see what happened there on lap 1.
Triple check.
Hello, everyone.
Young David.
Hello. How you
are
going?
you?
Sorry, I was just crashing out. I'm not in a good mood.
So what happened there on lap 1?
I honestly don't know. I was trying to avoid the cars bouncing off the wall, and then someone come up on the inside, clipped me into them, and that was game over.
Yeah, it was a bit messy. Just
Oh yeah,
generally the whole race.
it was meant to be a grid start as well,
Oh,
and
right.
the lobby wasn't set up properly, so
Yeah, okay.
you know everyone's going in a T1 a lot faster instead of.
Yep. Yeah, it was definitely a very interesting race to watch.
Hopefully race 2 is a lot better, fingers crossed.
Can we
Even though it's going to be a reverse grid, let's hope
Yeah.
I get it through the first 3.
Yeah, reverse grid, and I guess rolling start again, presumably, because that's what it's been set up for in the server.
Probably.
Yeah. Alright, well that's going to be interesting. I think it's probably going to be the best way to describe this one. I'm looking forward to it, to see what comes of the the first lap this time round in the second race. Maybe everybody's learnt their lesson from the first race and takes it a little bit easier.
Hopefully.
As the old saying goes, right? You can't win it at turn 1, but you can lose it.
Oh yeah, as we've seen very clearly.
Yes. Oh dear. You'll definitely enjoy watching back the replay. I imagine there's a lot of activity. It was just things happening all over the place.
Yeah.
No.
It's been pretty competitive from what I've seen.
Yeah. I mean.
I've seen someone get disqualified because they didn't serve a black flag, which is unfortunate for him.
All right. So that's what happened. Okay. So that was Oscar. I would assume.
I think so.
Yeah, because Oscar just disappeared off the screen. he was running in P2, I think, at the time, P2 or P3 at the time, and then he just started tumbling down the order, and so I've gone, oh, what's going on here? Clicked on him, no car on track. So.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so it's not gone well for Oscar. He was very competitive. He was very quick. He was definitely putting it up there with Riley.
Yeah,
and Sam,
Oscar and Riley, I'm pretty sure, are in the same race team, and we've had them in the league for a couple of months, and every time they show up, which is normally for a Gen 3 race, they're like in the front racing with the really fast guys that are like essentially borderline aliens.
Yeah. No, I mean, Riley was very quick. Riley, I'm just watching the warm up here as well while we're talking. Some door banging and some wall hitting that's going on. Riley kind of just dominated the race from the start and just kind of went on with it.
Unfortunate that he got disqualified, but...
No, Riley didn't. That was Oscar.
Oh, didn't he?
No,
Sorry.
No, it was Oscar.
I think Oscar's back out on track, so he hasn't been fully DQ'd.
No,
I think it was just for the
race.
race.
Yeah, it would have just been for the race. So, he was out there at the... he was just involved in the bingle there with Riley and somebody else.
Race 2 is reverse grid, which should be interesting.
Yes.
All the fast guys at the back trying to make their way through the track. We'll see if they've got patience or not.
Absolutely. We'll definitely look forward to that. Alright, I'll let you go and get yourself prepared. Have fun.
Alrighty, too easy, thank you.
We might chat on the other end.
Alrighty.
See you, mate.
I'll be sure to flash you.
Yeah. Alright, we might just take a short break while we wait for the next race. Right, we've got a 2-minute countdown to the start of the race. So we're just waiting for the race to get underway. Still waiting for a few cars to grid. Try and get the best setup we can going into turn 1. So we are on for a reverse grid race for the second race, as somebody is doing something weird in the background there and pulling into the middle of the track for some weird reason. But it seems that the car that was supposed to start P1 is not gridded, nor is the car that was supposed to start P2, nor is the car that started P3. So by default, Jackson Zammit, who was starting P4, is going to effectively start from P1. And Jackson is the younger brother of... Jackson's the older brother of Xavier. And Jackson is actually racing GR86s in real life, I believe. So I'm not sure how relevant it is from sim to the real world cars, but I guess that can be told in the driving as to whether or not he can be as quick from the front as, say, Riley was in the first race. And he's got company there from Troy Hoyingworth. And Dominic Buddle. Oscar Ames is back in the race after what looks like was maybe a disqualification in the first race. He was very, very competitive at the start, so I expect to see him bring himself up the field relatively quickly. Maybe Troy Hollingworth is also not on the grid. Okay, so Troy Hollingworth, Rick Fallon, Craig Fraser and Ben Collier, none of them are on the grid. So we've got Jackson Zammit, Dominic Buddle, Oscar Ames and then David Uni in P8 as we get ready to go for the race start.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag as Barney throws the flag. Let's see if we can get through the first few turns without much ado this time around. Oh no, there goes Jackson into the wall. I think that was Jackson into the wall. Was it Jackson? No, it wasn't Jackson. Who was that went into the wall? Was that John Goodman maybe? Let's have a look. Yeah, it was. He's kind of tapped the inside of Jackson there and he's gone off into the wall and then he's gotten collected by somebody else there. That might have been Maxwell maybe. No, that was a bit further on as Alan's had a spin and cars are having to avoid that left, right and centre. It's just the parting of the Red Seas there as everybody tried to get their way around Alex. We've had Leslie Reeves have a bit of an issue as well. Well, he must have been involved earlier. Yes, he was. He was involved earlier, going into turn 1 by the looks of things. As he's kind of bounced off somebody there, he's hit the tyre wall, and then he's front on into the tyre wall there. It's an unfortunate start to the race there for Leslie. He's going to have to limp that one back. What happened to Robert Hackwood? No, that was Robert that was stuck in the middle of the track. Was it? No, oh no. Robert's just gone into the wall. Oh, unfortunate there as well. Anyone else that we've missed? No, I think that was it. Alright, let's go back to the start. Oscar, who got himself disqualified from the first race by the looks of things for failing to serve a black flag, is currently out in the lead by 6.5 seconds to Jamie Crouch, who's touching the wall a bit hard. Oh dear, we've just had another issue. David, who's that? David Uni's been caught up in something again. Oh, he's just gone too deep into the corner and he's collected the outside wall. Oh dear, David. It's gone from bad to worse for you, mate. Oh dear. And Jackson, looks like Jackson Zammit might have been caught up in that. Oh no, he's just going through turn 1, 2. He's kept it out the wall, roughly speaking. But he's going to have to sit there and wait for a lot of cars to go by before he can get going again. And Robert Chandler also having a bit of a problem. Oh, he's been turned around. Oh dear. Turned around by Chris Tomlinson there, maybe. Turned him around. That car looks like it's crabbing a bit. I think he's going to have to bring that back to the pit pretty quick, smart, for a fast repair if he can get it in there. Holy dooly, it's been a bit messy again in the second race. Alright, let's go and jump on board. There's a bit of a battle here. Again, Oscar has just run out in front. He's miles ahead of everybody else, 8.2 seconds up the road. As these guys, so we've got Jamie Crouch, Tyler Strello and Nate Truen battling it out for P3 here. Dominic Buttle has got a reasonable 1.3 second gap ahead. As these guys fight with each other, it means that he can kind of just keep focusing on his race, as these guys are swapping positions left, right and centre. Tyler's managed to jump his way up to P3. Nate's up to P4. Jamie's dropped down to P5. So that's a complete reverse of where we were when we started riding on board with these guys. So let's see whether or not was Jamie the cork in the bottle, so to speak, and are Tyler and Nate going to just break away now? And it does look a bit that way. They've already pulled 9/10 of a second out on Jamie, and Jamie's going to be coming under pressure from Mark Heppel very shortly as well. And further back, Riley Bilson is making his way up the grid. Oh dear, that was two going wide. Oh god, it's gone horribly wrong there for Tyler. Horribly wrong, and then it's just progressively got worse, and it looks like, oh geez, it's not getting any better as Riley just goes through and gives Tyler a little bit of a tap. Tyler is trying to drive that car back to the pits. So I think he's probably going to be better off pulling it over and actually towing back to the pits. Otherwise, he is probably going to cause himself and other people more problems. Oh yes, indeed. That was always inevitably going to happen there. Well, Oscar's gap's going to be brought down, and it looks like we've got the safety car out. Yep, safety car is coming out of the pits now. So everybody is going to have to bunch back up again under the safety car. So we've had a bunch of different crashes there. I don't know how many of them we actually got to see, but let's just, while we're on the safety car, go back and let's check out a few of them. So we got Adam Kolf and Isaac Lannon trying to go too wide through the corner, maybe. Oh, they've both gone way too wide. They've both gone. Oh dear, all three of the full send cars are involved in that mess. So Isaac Lannon, Adam Kolf and Riley Oakes, just an absolute mess of a situation. As these guys have kind of tried to go too deep into the corner. They've hit the wall, and then Riley pretty much just followed them in, had nowhere to go, and then he's just gotten collected, and there's just cars all over the place. As David Cook and Joel Janssens get involved in this one as well. It's kind of a bit of, oh, we don't really have anywhere to go. Sam Cullen, I think, was a late arrival on the scene to this one. He's just collected the full send car there. He's managed to sort of squeeze his way through, largely unscathed. Poor Christopher Tomlin, he kind of got left with nowhere to go, and he was kind of just stuck. There was not much he could do in that situation. He had Graham Hill, I think, spun in front of him, as he couldn't go anywhere either. And they were kind of both stuck, and then Jackson Zammett's come flying in at the back. His race is definitely not going well. And the other car involved here, Chase McMillan, who just went too deep into the corner, by the looks of things. So that wasn't too bad. And then Alan Maxwell. What happened to Alan? Oh, he's just, yeah, caught the curb and just gone flying head first into the wall and took it back to the pits. And then Xavier Zammett, what's Xavier done? Come through turn one, just, yeah, okay, so that looks like he's broken something on the car as he's come across the curbs there. Let's just go back and watch that again. Yeah, he's just come across the curb and something's just gone snap, car, no drivey. That was an interesting one. I might like to chat to Xavier about that and see what actually occurred. And then we got Tyler, and this was the one that we were riding on board with right at just as the safety car was called. And then he was trying to crab it back to the track, and then Jamie Crouch got involved here as well. He didn't really have anywhere to go. He kind of just got collected by and Riley obviously got collected in there as well as part of that. And then Jamie Fleming, he was just another unfortunate innocent bystander in amongst all of that, unfortunately. Well, there we go. That was a very exciting couple of minutes there, leading up to the safety car. We'll jump back on board as we might be getting things back underway. So we are building a gap to the safety car, so I'm going to assume safety car is in this lap. See as we come around the final corner. Nope, safety car has stayed out, so we are still out for another lap under the safety car. Wow, that was a frenetic couple of laps there. With crashes all over the place. But as we stand, Oscar, who was incredibly quick in the first race, and unfortunately getting disqualified, is now leading. We've got Nate Truan and then Dominic Buttle, and then Riley Bilson's all the way up to P4, having started last with the reverse grid. Aston Kulf in the full send cars managed to avoid all of the nightmares and is currently sitting in P7 for the restart. So great race for Aston, flying the flag for the full send team. Riley Oakes, despite all of his trauma, is managed to stay in P14. Everybody's on the lead lap up to P18, where Tyler Strallo is the last car on the lead lap. And then we've got a bunch of cars that are completely out of the race and have been pretty much since the drama on lap 1. So unfortunately, yeah, we've lost Luke Fallon, David Uni, Sam Cullen, Jackson Zammit, Leslie Reeves, Alan Maxwell. Oh dear, oh dear! What on earth has happened there? We're under safety car conditions. What on earth was going on there? What on earth was going on there? I did not see what occurred.
Green, green, green.
And the safety car is in, and Oscar, who was supposed to be starting from the front, is now not starting from the front. But he's managed to pick up a slowdown coming out of turns 1 and 2, which is no surprise because he did take quite a lot of the inside curb. Oh, and there's been a bit of a touch there between him and Mark Heppel. Riley Bilson has had an amazing start. Oh no! There goes Dominic Buttle. Oh dear, what's happened to Dominic? What happened to Dominic? He's just caught the curb and lost the rear as he's come through the corner. Unfortunate. So Oscar has managed to get his way up to P3. He's right on the tail of Nate Truan. That won't take long, I think, for him to recover from there. There's definitely a battle forming between this group here. We've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars in the battle. And then there's another little battle pack forming further back. Aston Kulf in the full send car is just getting absolutely harangued and has unfortunately dropped 3 positions in the space of about 3 corners. And now there's going to be 3 cars going 3 wide, maybe through the first corner. No, there's going to be 2 wide. Aston's looking to try and see what he can do to gain those positions back. He's got his teammate Riley Oakes there on the back of him trying to battle out for those positions. And in between them now, Riley's just dropped 2 spots to Tyler Strallo and Robert Chandler. And then we've had somebody else go around at the back, Isaac Lannon. What's happened there? Oh, we've had, oh dear, and that's a not holding your brake situation there. So Isaac just got collected by Graham Hill, I think it was there, and Graham's gone and had another issue almost immediately afterwards. Oh, he has, and is that John Goodman? Josh Goodman, sorry, not John Goodman. John Goodman's the actor. He's caught it too much of the curb again there at whatever, what's that, turn 4. Yeah, it's not been going well. And Riley Bilson, oh my dear, what's happened to Riley Bilson? Oh, he's again caught too much of the curb, spun the car around. He's going to have to pick up all that work that he'd done. He's going to have to redo it all again, unfortunately. Dear oh dear, it's a messy race, this one tonight. So Oscar's back out in front again. But he's still got Nate Trewin with him on his tail. Mark Heppel's there for company as well. Brad Hilder's a little bit further back. Still within touching distance, but a bit further back. And then we've got this little battle pack forming behind them. With Robert Hackwood, Riley Bilson, who's just had that spin after leading the race. Christopher Tomlin, who is in behind him. Jamie Crouch a little bit further back. And then we've got a battle here between Brendan Ortner and Tyler Strello. Which Brendan's kind of won out in that battle for the moment. But Tyler's trying to force it back, and he's managed to get back up the inside and take the position back up to P9. Oh, we've got a battle up here at the front. Nate Trewin has forced Oscar out from P1, pushed him back down to P2. And then we've got Mark Heppel and Brad Hilder right in there now. This could be an epic battle here for the next lap as we race to the finish of the race. Or, you know, oh no, Mark Heppel's, oh dear, with less than 2 laps to go, he has absolutely put himself out of the race. So 3-way battle for P1 here. This is going to get epic, I reckon, as we come towards the end. Oscar moving out of the air to try and give himself more of a chance. As Brad and Nate are battling in front. Oscar's kind of just showing his nose there, forcing these two to fight with each other, but also make himself seen in the battle. So he's just hoping for these two to take each other out so he can just scoot through and do a Bradbury. Well, he's not finished forcing the issue here. He's going up the inside. Oh, and we got some door-to-door banging there, and Oscar has thrown himself up the inside and into the lead as he's trying to now squeeze Brad. Oh dear, that was always going to end badly. That was always going to end badly. You're trying to squeeze somebody on a street track. Somebody's going into the wall. Dear oh dear. Riley might actually end up losing out here. Gaining out of here to Oscar. Oscar, who has now dropped right back down the pack. As we're on the final lap here. And it looks like Nate Trewin is going to bring this one home for the win. So we got P12 and P14 both with meatballs. Aston Kolf has managed to pull himself up to P9. It's going to be a top 10 finish for the full send driver there. As Nate Trewin and Oh, Brad's tried to throw it up the inside into the final corner on Nate with the last corner of the race. He hasn't managed to hang on to it. Riley Bilson's managed to finish P3 after all the troubles he had. But it's Nate Truhan with the win. Brad Hilder in P2. Riley Bilson who just put it into the wall at the end of the race there and then got rear-ended by somebody else. Lovely. So, Nate Truhan P1, Brad Hilder P2, Riley Bilson P3. So there's your podium, guys, and here is Nate doing some doughies. Where are we on Wakefield Street there, I think? Corner of Wakefield and Hutt. Chucking in some doughies. Well done, Nate Truhan, on getting the win there. Lucked into it a little bit with Oscar trying to go a little bit too harsh on the defence down the straight, and ended up putting himself out of the race rather than anyone else. And well done to Brad Hilder for his P2. Managed to hang on to it there, and almost managed to snag the win at the end there, throwing it up the inside into the final corner. It could have gone horribly wrong, and he could have ended up not finishing on the podium at all. But no, he's done well to finish P2. And Riley Bilson, as I said, P3, but Riley's already left the track. And we got some cars here. What are these guys trying to get some photos, I reckon? Must be team photo situation. Alright. So, is there anybody that wants to talk to me? Maybe we might pull David Uni or Rob Chandler in for a bit of a chat at the end here.
Sake.
Big Poppy and... Oh, that was David Cook, not David Uni.
Yes, I presume you have a way of saving a replay there, mate?
I do, yes.
Yes, if you could do that for us, please.
Yeah.
Yes, we've got Mr. Beans in here with us.
Yes, we do.
Mr. Beans, we're on stream, mate. How was your race?
Oh, it was good, mate.
Did you enjoy yourself?
Definitely. I did. Definitely finished where I didn't expect to finish, top 10.
Yeah.
Good job.
It was a good race. You know, you just had to avoid the carnage. That was kind of
not as much carnage as I thought there was going to be.
I expected a little bit of carnage because of the car, the track. It's just the nature of it. It's,
it was definitely very interesting to watch.
I mean, there was a lot of cars on the grid too. I mean, there's 30 odd cars there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, it was amazing. You know, great grid, great number of drivers come out.
Yep. A lot of newcomers.
Yeah, absolutely. And
There's some good battles. I had a couple of nice battles.
Yep, there definitely was.
Next week will be interesting. Ben Bathurst, that'll be really good.
Yeah, Bathurst will be another great race. I think,
and a bit more space. If we've got 30 cars, you know, there's
I mean,
much more space. You don't have to take, much wider and all the rest of it too.
Except when you're going up the hill, it's a little bit tight as you're going up the mountain, but and when you're coming back down, it's a little bit tight as well. But certainly on the bottom end of the track, there's plenty of room. But
it'll be okay.
Oh no, it'll be great, and I think these cars will go well around Bathurst. I think they went well here as well. You just needed to learn how to ride the curbs. I think that was the biggest issue I noticed on watching, was a lot of issues with the curbs. If you caught too much of the curb, that was it. The car was gone. There wasn't much you could do about it, and then it was just a case of everybody else around you had to just try and do their best to avoid what occurred after that. That was pretty much every incident. It was pretty much
a lot of people too used to driving the V8 supercars.
Possibly
being able to take those
the
curbs.
a little bit more. Yeah, I mean these cars don't mind the curbs. They don't mind the curbs. You can use the curbs quite a lot. You've just got to know where the limit of the curb is, and I think that was probably the
very
biggest issue.
fine line.
It is, yeah, and I think that was the biggest issue. There was just a bit too much of taking the inside of the curb a little bit too deep, and then it throws the car wide. You hit the wall on the outside, and then you've got, like I said, you at that point you're pretty much a passenger in the car, and everybody around you is pretty much a passenger as well.
Yeah, 100%. You're just in for the ride now.
Yeah, pretty much. It was definitely some interesting racing going on. Definitely, I think a few drivers who did themselves a disservice rather than a benefit in some of the driving that I saw, but it was
definitely agree with that one.
Definitely an interesting race to watch.
Interesting race to race in.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm disappointed that I can't race at the moment, because one, I'd love to race on Adelaide. I've been waiting so long for this track to come to iRacing, and these cars are fun. They're fun to drive. I think it's actually a good track and car combo. I think you just need to.
I've definitely found it one of the better tracks. One of the better tracks for this car, definitely. All the 90-degree corners just make it quite easy to dive bomb people.
Yep. Yeah. If you get it right.
If you get it right, yes.
Are you still streaming?
Yeah, still streaming.
Cool. So yeah, anybody that might be interested in listening to the stream, come and join the Discord and join us at Bathurst next week.
Absolutely.
And very, very shortly, in the next couple of days, there'll be an announcement on the new 86 series for the January.
Looking forward to hearing more about that one and seeing what tracks you're throwing up on the roster for that one, Rob.
I've decided I'm going to go and pick every tight, twisty bugger of a track in the game. It's not the word I wanted to use, but we're streaming, so I thought I'd be polite.
Just try and make it as difficult for everybody as you possibly can.
That's everyone.
Yeah. Oh dear. Well, it's been fun. I reckon you probably all need to go and have a bit of a rest now, and
definitely
get your energy back ready for Tuesday night. Bathurst is going to be epic.
100% it will be. Looking forward to it.
It's going to be great fun. I'm so looking forward to it. Bathurst is my all-time favourite track. I love that place.
I wonder why, Rob. I wonder why. I wonder what the linkage is there.
Yes, I don't know. Maybe something to do with big screaming V8s.
Particularly of a specific variety, right?
Yeah.
For everybody who doesn't know, Rob is a massive Ford fan. Big Dig Johnson Racing fan, has been for a very long time. So
since 1980, since the start.
There we go.
Yep.
But Bathurst.
Right, boys, I'll leave you with it.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for your time.
Thanks,
for your
mate.
Chat. Thanks, Rob.
Thanks for you too, mate, for throwing the stream up, supporting us.
Not a problem.
Easy. All right, have a good one, mate.
You too, and we'll see everybody on Tuesday night for Bathurst. Looking forward to it.
No worries,
We will.
Yeah. Have a good weekend and whatnot, everyone. We'll see you next week.
We'll do. No, but I can, if you give it to me, I can certainly drop it up there. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, not a problem. No worries. Have a good one.